Today, I'm excited to introduce and have on the show Saman, your local expert in the Oshawa and Durham regions.
In the Durham region, we've experienced the largest percentage decrease in the GTA, in the core GTA, versus the peak of February 2022. That's down 29.7%. Versus Feb 2022. And in this chart, we'll be able to take a look at this chart for the Durham region, and we can really see the decrease in prices. And I mean, this is alarming for anyone who may have purchased in February or close to February. But for anyone who's looking to get into the market, it's comforting to know that there's been a bit of a price correction. And if this has been an area that you've been targeting, perhaps it's time to get back in the market. But I would say right now, you as a buyer, you do have the advantage in the market to ask for conditions and also negotiate.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Canadian Real Estate Channel. I am Danny Migways, head coach, realtor, and investor with Rebel Realty Barrie. Today, I'm excited to introduce and have on the show Saman, your local expert in the Oshawa and Durham regions. Hi, Saman. How are you?
Hi, Danny. Thank you. Thanks for having me. And everyone, welcome back to the channel, and happy to talk Durham region and Oshawa with everyone.
Yeah, so it's been a few months since you've been on, so you should have lots of good stuff for us.
There's lots going on. Yes, lots of good data to share with people. Hopefully, we can give people some clarity, some comfort as to what's going on in the market, and get people interested again.
Awesome. We are excited to see it.
Awesome. Let's jump right into it, guys. Well, and as always, I'm trying to do something different here for anyone who's interested in connecting with me. If you want to scan this QR code, you'll be able to connect with me on my socials, and you'll also be able to book a free call with me where we can talk about what you're hoping to achieve in this market. If you have any questions, if you have any uncertainties that you want answered, if you want me to analyze a deal that you currently have, I'm happy to do that. By scanning the code, you'll be able to book right into my calendar, and we can have a one-on-one call with one another.
Awesome. Great idea.
Yes. So let's talk about what's going on in the market in terms of median prices. So we're going to keep it simple at first. We're going to talk about median prices. As you can see here on this chart, I have the Durham region, and I have most of the municipalities from Ajax all the way to Whitby. November, you see the November 2022 prices versus the October 22 prices. And essentially what's happened in the market, as we head towards the winter months, there's a bit of a seasonality effect happening over here, where there aren't just many buyers out there right now. Everyone's focus and attention is on other things like the World Cup, maybe Christmas. So as a result, we've seen a bit of a decrease in prices. But if we look at the data, we kind of see this towards the end of the year. So nothing of surprise here. But essentially, if we look in terms of median prices, the median price in the Durham region is now around $850 to $875, and one of the most affordable places being Oshawa, if we're talking core Durham region along the 401. So when we do these updates, we always talk about the Durham region, but we also focus on Oshawa because for investors, it's always been the most attractive place simply due to price and also rental income relative to purchase price.
Okay.
So as we look here, as I said, a bit of a decrease month over month, which is normal, but a bit of another factor that I wanted to really talk about was the volume of transactions that we're seeing. So although November is only month to date, so as of November 22nd, volumes are down significantly. So what this is telling us is that people are listing their properties for sale, and if they're not happy with what they're getting, they're just not selling, and they're sitting on the market longer and longer to see what can happen, if they could potentially get a higher price, or if not, they just take it off the market. So although prices are down, volume of transactions are down as well, which kind of tells us that going into the new year, perhaps there will be a bit more inventory, as some of the listed inventory doesn't sell this year. Perhaps if people have some clarity or accept the fact that the market is what it is, and perhaps it's not going to change in the short term, it'll come back on the market. If we look at this chart here, we're looking at the different municipalities, and the line that I've drawn, the vertical line I've drawn for July 2022 and onwards, you can see that most prices have maintained fairly stable. In some areas, for example, Ajax, after August, seen a bit of an increase. But all in all, it's been fairly plateaued and fairly stable. And in the events where there are major pull downs, it's because of one or two transactions that have really caused those numbers to dip. Next, I want to talk about the turnkey duplexes and 2022 prices. So as I mentioned, the Durham region did see a big price decrease. So in general, but also with duplexes as well, the purchase price of a 2-unit legal duplex has dropped by approximately 20%. So at the peak of the market, Feb 2022, they were trading around $1 million to 1.150. These numbers are based on sales that I've seen in February take place. Now that number is down to $800,000 to $875,000. And I would just say that, in this market, whether you are an investor or whether you are a first-time home buyer, it makes more sense to purchase a turnkey property as opposed to a property that's going to require a full renovation. And if we take a look at a number here, at this chart here, we've summarized turnkey 2 units versus a bungalow that's going to require a full renovation. And I've kind of compared what the median prices would be. So let's look at a turnkey legal 2 unit. You can purchase a turnkey legal 2 unit in a nice area for $875,000. That's going to require a 20% down payment. So your down payment would be $175,000. No renovation required, so the initial cash required would be $175,000. In terms of what the short-term risk for this property would be the cash flow, simply due to the increase in interest, the interest rate on your mortgage. So if you were to buy a turnkey 2 unit, your down payment is $175,000. In terms of risk, the only risk you really have is a short-term cash flow. Now, if we look at a bungalow that's going to require renovation, the median purchase price is $680,000. So the down payment on that would be $136,000. A full renovation on this property would be $120,000. So the cash required would be $256,000, which is a lot of money. And in terms of risk, you have the short-term cash flow risk, but now you also have the refinance risk as well. So we know that when you go into a renovation project, the plan at the end of this project is to do a refinance, and I would say that is a big risk at the moment, because we just don't know if the resales in the future months, in 6 to 8 months, are going to maintain, increase, or come down. So I'm recommending my investor clients to look at turnkey properties right now, and also my first-time home buyers, because it's a very easy asset to get into, as mentioned. And also, whether you're a first-time home buyer, we'll talk about the rental rates, but the rental rates for lower units are fairly competitive, and it's going to essentially cut your mortgage commitment nearly half of what you have. So in terms of rental data, so what I've done is I've broken it down to single family house and a legal 2 unit. When we look at a single family house, the median rental price in the Durham region is around $27,000 to $3,000, which is not bad. It's stayed fairly consistent throughout the last couple of months. However, if you're looking at it solely from an investment strategy, I'd say that the single family house is not necessarily the way to go, because at these rates, you're not really covering your mortgage commitment, plus your 2 other fixed expenses of property taxes and insurance. However, if we look at the legal 2 units, upper unit 3-bedroom properties are essentially between $2,200 to $2,400. I've seen even higher, sometimes $2,500, $2,600. Lower unit 2 bedrooms are between $1,700 and $1,900, and lower unit 1 bedrooms are between $1,400 to $1,600 a month. And all these numbers would be plus utilities and hydro. So if we do a quick comparison on a single family house, at the high end, you're going to get around $3,000 a month. And of course, if you're in a better location and a detached, more renovated property, of course you can demand a premium. But if we're talking median prices, this is what you would get for in terms of median rental income. So $3,000. But then if we compare it to a legal 2 unit, if you have a 3-bedroom and a 2-bedroom, you're close to $4,000 to $4,100 a month. So from an investment strategy, the legal 2 units are still fairly strong. So we're definitely encouraging our clients to still look at the legal 2 units and consider them. And also for the first-time home buyer, I would say that the message here for the first-time home buyer is that if you go into a bungalow, you're going to be able to either live upstairs or live downstairs. You make the pick, and then whichever unit you're not occupying, you're able to get these type of rents. So, if you're able to be humble and let's say live in a lower unit, you can be requesting $2,200 to $2,400 a month from your upper unit, and that would cover, I'd say, 50 to 60% of your mortgage commitment on a monthly basis, which would be phenomenal for anyone who's willing to do that, because it still allows you to save on a monthly basis.
Yeah, it's an incredible opportunity and a very smart strategy with those numbers.
Yes, I mean it requires a bit of a sacrifice. I know everyone is, everyone just wants that fancy house, their dream house, but doesn't necessarily have to be your first house. These things take time, and I would say in this market, it's better to make a strategic decision than an emotional decision.
You have to start somewhere, right?
Yes, that's right. That's right. As always, if you want to connect with me, you can scan this barcode, and you'll be able to book a call right into my calendar, and we can jump on a one-on-one call and discuss what you're hoping to achieve.
Well, that is awesome. What a great presentation, and I love the numbers and how you broke down the rental data. I think that will definitely attract a lot of people to you and to the Oshawa area, because that's a great area for first-time home buyers.
Absolutely. I've always said that, even at the peak of the market, the Durham region and Oshawa specifically were the most affordable areas to purchase. I know in recent months that strategy, that idea has changed a little bit, but if we're still talking about core GTA along the 401, along the GO Train corridor, Oshawa is still the most affordable place for people to purchase, whether it be first-time home buyers or whether it be investors looking to get into the market.
Well, that is awesome. Thank you so much. You guys heard it here. Saman from Oshawa, your local expert. Give him a call or scan his code. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being on the show today, and we hope everybody has a great day.